Yeah, it's a momentary receiving of the allowance messages on the phones, and that struck and sparked the whole jubilation around. It doesn't just mean money has come into the system, no, but it also means a lot to the people who looked up to these promises before they voted, and it's going to actually boost their confidence in the next elections. Hitherto, everybody has been so expectant of the allowance. There were a lot of controversies as to whether it's going to come or it will not come. So since it came, I think everybody's overjoyed and excited. At least this will help to, in a way, educate us to some extent. Paying of textbooks, buying of some textbooks and the handouts and a whole lot of things. This will help to reduce that burden.
It was instituted in the 70s to encourage people to patronize the nursing and teaching professions. But under the NDC, under President Mahama, he had a different opinion. His opinion was that these allowances were not really necessary, and that people would go to training college if they want to, and people would go to nursing training if they wanted to. So he scrapped it. You know, at that point, we thought differently. We thought that even to this day, the manpower requirements for our health sector and for the teaching institution have not been met yet. And to the extent that we still have deficits in terms of the nurses that we require and the teachers that we require, we would reinstitute these allowances if we were given the opportunity by the Ghanaians. So what we are seeing today is basically a fulfillment of that promise on our part.
We have followed with keen interest the promises by Your Excellency and his vice in the run-up to the last elections on various platforms, and even after assuming the presidency, to restore the trainee allowance. And we, as heads of the institutions, are excited that the fulfillment of this all-important promise to the good people of Ghana is in sight. We also admire the initiatives by the Ministry of Health to ensure that students admitted into the various health training institutions for the 2017-2018 academic year, as well as continuous students, are biometrically registered to facilitate the payment of the allowance, even though it was quite stressful. Your Excellency, Koheti is most grateful for your faithfulness in keeping to your promise and the tireless effort by you and your government to accomplish this.
It's one thing promising something before elections, and it's another thing gaining the power, governing, and then delivering on your promises. For some, they only see what happened today as just for political goodwill. But the political goodwill comes with some sort of beliefs that we already have. It has been our belief that these allowances come a long way to assist these students in one way or the other, especially during practicals and certainly in their basic needs. So there was really no point in taking away those allowances. Some virtually survived on them. And if it was actually going to deprive some students of being able to go through their education successfully, we believed that by restoring it, we'll be able to assist some go through their education successfully. And that is what we have done. If it was actually just because of political goodwill, we have 4 years to be in power. We have 4 years to be in government, and we could have actually waited till 2 years' time or 3 years' time when it was closer to elections for us to be able to restore it. But because we believe it is a necessity for our students to be able to go through it and then acquire it, assess it, and then be able to complete their education. We introduced it this year.
Yes, scan about bedroom. And I promise you, all the allowance baba. I am here doing what this kind of bedroom. If you say cash stories, Benedict, the check if you can tap on a buy the phone also, a dear answer your phone also. Scan about bedroom. And I don't quite for the 400 Ghana cities. In the area, Yamisiano, no more than the BM Quebec and connect you to crack service cry. I want to sound was kind of who you are. You're turned out near 2 way. I've
gotten my notification that they've paid the allowance. So I'm really excited. I don't even know what to do. In fact, Nanado is bay. Allowance too is bay.
It was not simply a political talk, or we didn't say we will restore it merely because the NDC cancelled it. But it is because of our belief that education is the bedrock for the development of any nation. And therefore, for any policy that encourages more people to go to school and to train and have skills, we are committed to that policy.
His Excellency, it is therefore good judgment that under your visionary and selfless leadership, the nurse midwife trainee allowance, which was cancelled in 2014 by the NDC government, is being restored by the new Patriotic Party, the launch of which we are witnessing today. Effective September 2017, 58,000 health trainees in our training institutions have been budgeted for at 400 Ghana cedis per month for 10 months in an academic year. 8 months for 2 semesters while in school, and 2 months during clinical training to support trainees procure training materials. Adequate measures have been put in place to ensure sustainability and the desired impact on health outcomes. An electronic payment mechanism using the eSwitch platform has also been laid out for convenience, prompt service, and accountability. Your Excellency, for my information, as I speak and as we come onto the podium, we're getting indications that some of the allowances have hit the respective accounts.
Before we are enthusiastic for what Nanado has done to us. It is a long time we have waited for this allowance, and this is the time that they have restored. It is going to boost us morale, and then it is going to rekindle the nursing spirit in us, so that we can also give a holistic care to the people of Ghana.
And how much appeared on your phone?
Okay, it is here that 400 Ghana cedis has been restored onto our eSwitch card.
Yes, indeed, it is quite a pinch on the government's purse, but once it is needed, that is what we are supposed to be doing. It is also one way of encouraging our students that the government has got your back. Through rain, through sunshine, all you need to do is to think through and then study hard, and then pass out with flying colors, and then the government has got your back in making sure that everything that you needed going through the education is well taken care of.
Aye, fatal. You can say, and no matter prefotent of what happened soon, so, man, school for fast quasida. Pape, mo, ani a juma, what bememu. Quaquado, Catachie, or him popro, or him cassia, eh? Yanya day. Dobia Cassia will sing quantia. What's Bapa? Ama my Ghana yet TBDA. The Adam Prania was see one you know. Kwaku, Tututai. Oh my Ghana, say a giant nanky a jai sad dear. Kwaku shadom. Anini akwan ni mpimpim nyina atwa wo ho ahia. Wonwam kasa breku ata. Kwaku ma hom ne so ana nwama titi se tem. Hwa nasefo. Broncha mpim diodu akwa. Nananom atutu yantum aguso atieti ahenimam. Atam di asemotie. Katachie. Nanado. Bama. Kasa. Kwaku. Kasa. Ohene. Kasa.
It is appropriate that this ceremony should be conducted here at the scenic Sunyani Nursing Training College, one of the best nursing and midwifery training institutions of our country. When it comes to the delivery of health care to millions of our compatriots, you, our nurses and midwives, are at the front line. The policies government adopts affect you directly, and you are in a position to tell what works and what does not. Every day, nurses, midwives, and health workers around this country perform little miracles. You bring care and comfort to the sick and the distressed, and you do it under, at times, trying conditions. Indeed, when one meets somebody, family, friend, or stranger, the greeting that is exchanged is an inquiry about each other's health. One asks after the other's state of health, and one wishes the other good health, and one wishes good health to their family. Ladies and gentlemen, Nananum, within the short space of 9 months, the period of our stay in office, government has employed some 16,000 qualified young nurses and midwives and other health professionals who, although qualified, had not found employment over the last few years. Before the year ends, additional nurses and midwives will be employed. Next year, we plan to employ even more healthcare workers. To your colleagues in private nursing and midwifery training institutions who have been at home for a number of years, next year our healthcare institutions will begin recruiting them as well. Our aim is to banish the specter of nurses, midwives, and health assistants who are not posted after completion of their courses. The payment of the allowances would also have not been possible without the prudent management of the economy. It is this judicious application of resources that is heralding the revival of the National Health Insurance Scheme, NHIS. Within the same 9-month period, Kwaku Agyeman-Menu has managed to pay 560 million out of the 1.2 billion CD debt we inherited, which was strangling the NHIS, with a commitment to pay the balance within the next 12 months. In the meantime, payments to service providers in the NHIS are now current, with no arrears being built up. The NHIS is working again. We are determined to build, indeed, a Ghana beyond aid. Thank you for your attention, and may the good Lord bless us all in our homeland, Ghana, and make her great and strong.
What happened was when he got to the ground, The chief of Tolong, the retired Major Swimmer, could not help, but got up and actually went to meet the president in his car and actually danced all the way to his stool. Excitement. You could tell the people were happy, they were clapping. It was all smiles. And you know, the president is so popular, especially in Tolong constituency. They love him. They think he's, excuse me to borrow the word Messiah, they think he's the savior. And they're starting to feel it. They're starting to feel it. I mean, fertilizer, with 80 or 90% of the people in Tolong being farmers. This year, they've got a lot of relief. They are buying fertilizer at basically 50% cheaper than they bought last year. So you can tell the people are really happy.
It looks as if a lot of things were going wrong. And we have been fumbling to get things right. And I'm very sure with you there, we've got the man who can actually steer us to better shores. So welcome to Tolong. And with me, there are other primary chiefs. And then I have sub-chiefs who are over 50. The villages under my command are 50 villages under my command. Now, out of this total, there were 16,000 registered voters in Tolong. And 11,350 voted for you, and only 300 went to RI. 3,000. So, your coming here has actually assured us that what we are looking for is now coming. So on behalf of everybody seated here and those at home, we will say Ayuku and welcome to Tolong. Thank you very much.
The president, people have started describing him within few months in government that a messiah president, a performing president, a president. We used to know politicians that they only promise and they talk. This president talk little, but doing big things. That says as the game changers. Planting for food, game changer. Education, free, game changer. Everything, game changer. Who will change our lives positively? His Excellency President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Kabra Akufo-Addo campaign time e kanganye e mo mombe ne ba fin Ghana ba mishir no e bana ne ba chanye to keni monana mututo halan ba fu muso Ghana ban shira ne be fe
bere o men kangel fene drunya be charga adga na nyalba e charga e kima be wurun chuda otomo ayato the president Tanyemba, I kitiriwo ka ubole, awo sola, awo damango, awo salaga, awo ngbanyi be fulusu keke. Adiga ankata lipna, nlar kitirna. Nta school feeding, nlar kitirna. Ngini ye, kuswe ka waransa anyena, anyesa akumo. Amusu menkule, free SHS na, ekimeta amu PB in your school.
Burebi, Indiana. Antutana, Anula, Sanfa, Antama, Kabraba Kachare, Ankaba Sher, Kagbanye, Brum Pubo Kolonga Sare, Kalakachik Bang Bangina, Nikayuru Wushi, and Sang Banyake, and Palman so, Konkwambu Kuto, no Gomana Kafara Keke. Ghana Bakadiba Numuke Kemo Wata na Batamonchene Kabeso na Kafiba Manamfo ni Yegborubu Kolonga so Yegborubu Nwola so Yegborubu Lembo ato na ba alonyo Lombe Kadiba Numwale President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
I am very humbled to stand on behalf of the entire chiefs and people of Northern Region to inform the President of Northern Regional House of Chiefs that the #1 gentleman of the country in the person of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is in your region today to carry out a 3-day working tour to interact with the traditional chiefs and people under your presidency as the president of the Northern Regional House of Chiefs.
Mr. President, on behalf of the people of Gonja, I salute your efforts so far and assure you of our readiness to march forward with you for the progress, development and prosperity of our people. In this regard, I have not rested since I returned from Flagstaff House, where you implored the chiefs to help you with the important and highly sensitive initiative of creating new regions. The creation of new regions will help ensure equitable distribution of resources for development and also a more devolved decision-making for accelerated and inclusive growth that will bring jobs and opportunity to our teeming youth. Your Excellency, we find the government's policies and programs such as One District, One Factory, Planting for Food and Jobs, One Village, One Dam to be very relevant to the development of Gonjaland and our nation. Mr. President, since we agree on these matters conclusively, it now only remains to determine where, when, how, and by whom we can realize these dreams. In this regard, the context for these interventions is giving clarity by STARDA's strategic master plan that identifies specific areas for strategic interventions that will drive progress and development more coherently and more effectively. Mr. President, I urge that we give these thoughts high importance going forward. I would like to cite just a few examples here to draw your attention. For example, construction of an industrial hub, inland port and waterfront city at Bipe is predicated on intensified water transport system, ideal for reduced transportation costs of bulk agricultural and manufactured goods. A rail link from Bipe to Paga and also the coast to enhance interregional trade. There is also opportunity for expanded tourism at Mole, whilst networking with high-value tourist sites at the Boya, Salaga, Gentlepe, Yanga, Mankuma, and water wonders at the confluence of the White and Black Volta. The expansion of Bipe as an inland port that is also a free zone is one that is highly desired. Bipe is currently a terminal point for the barge transportation of bulk oil stored and distributed through the northern sector to parts of Brong-Ahafo and Burkina Faso. The availability of limestone in Gonjaland has led also to the establishment of the cement factory. So it is already on the way. But we believe, sir, that there's a lot to be done, and with your intervention, Bipe can become a model city that is in the heartland of Gonja and Ghana as a whole, using a waterway that has also helped to industrialize many countries, not only Ghana alone. I hope and pray that, inshallah, we will realize these initiatives under your bold and fearless leadership. I urge all Ghanaians to see the development of our nation as a collective goal, and as such, we must be committed and loyal to our country. Your Excellency, we are humbled by your visit, and once again, I say thank you for coming, and may God bless you and take you home safely.
I'm very happy to hear from the Yabongwura that he's very familiar with the constitutional requirements for creating a region in our country. And I'm delighted about his commitment to making sure that the constitutional requirements will be met. I've taken the first step in sending the petitions to the Council of State The Council of State has responded by saying that they agree there is a demand, and they've advised me to establish a commission of inquiry. Next week, I'm going to establish the commission of inquiry. When they come here, make it clear to them that you want the region, because it is when they can see that there's a substantial demand, they will make the recommendation to me that there's a substantial demand. I will then inform the Electoral Commissioner to Electoral Commission to organize a referendum. And when the referendum comes, at least 50% of you must come out to vote and 80% must say yes.